Hello there. Today I've got two more funny D&D stories to share with you. The first of which is about a character that is too strong for their own good, and the second a tale of a Goliath Barbarian that befriends a giant shark. Remember to like the video if you enjoy it, as it really helps me out, and subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. That said, let's hop right into the stories. Big thanks to Reddit users Consistent Abroad 5475 and Spider-Man616 for allowing me to narrate their stories. A link to the original posts will be located in the description. Just a funny story from our Icewind Dale game. First, just a quick rundown of the party. Me, Hexblade Goliath, who's super nice and innocent, but can't control her own weapon. Devo, Tiefling Chiromancer, and all-around sus dude. Indra, ASMR Paladin, who means well but has the intelligence of an ape. Ivar, Human Ranger and basically the only one who's not a wreck. Story. So, the party is kinda hanging out in this tavern after doing a quest, and Devo gets into a drinking contest. My character wants to help him out, so in the last round, I cast Unseen Servant to knock the drink out of the other guy's hand. I don't remember why, but a bar fight breaks out and the guy tries to punch Devo. Side note, her weapon always rolls really bad in combat and amazing when I try to be non-lethal. So I cast Eldritch Blast to hit him before he can hurt Devo. The attack hits and I deal almost max damage. The DM describes how there is now a dent in this man's skull, and all hell breaks loose. Another bartender yells that I killed his friend, and tries to attack me. The weapon sees this and again, I deal almost max damage, and blow a hole through his chest. My character is basically horrified at this and runs out of the tavern almost crying. Now Devo. Devo gets punched in the mouth, and in response casts Toll the Dead. Obviously it one-shot the guy, and he describes how the man's entire body starts to rot as his character looks at the man and says, "Get necrotized." After the fight, the party regroups and everyone basically calls Devo a psychopath for doing that, and this leads to a rift between him and the rest of us. Keep in mind, I had killed 3 times as many people as him, but since it was all accidental with me, everyone was fine with my character. But he melts one person without remorse and everyone loses it. I don't know, we all thought it was pretty fun. Borrak the Blunder, the Goliath Smackomancer. So listen up, this just happened to me in the conclusion of a one-off I was playing with some friends. So meet Borrak the Blunder, a Goliath Barbarian who thinks himself to be a mage. He did have a level in Sorcerer, so he could cast a couple of first level spells, but his spell book was just a giant book with the word magic scribbled on every page. It was also the only word he could read, by the way. However, he had a good repertoire of spells to cast while raging. Animate Dead, throw a corpse at the nearest enemy. Catapult, throw a living enemy at the nearest enemy. Disintegrate, splatter the nearest enemy's brains with your giant book. The list goes on. I joined the one-off rather late, so the DM teleported me and 2 other guys into the dungeon because the party requested aid from their employer, a powerful magician. It was a Sargon fortress, so we were underwater. One of the other party members, a necromantic oathbreaker, had yeehawed with an army of zombies, leaving a trail of death and decay behind him. We set off after him to make sure he didn't die, but we ran into some trouble. The other barbarian and I sat on the Sargon front line, while our support casters dealt with a couple of injured ones we left behind. We found the paladin tied up and waiting to be served to an avatar of the Sargon shark god. Fortunately, he had snagged a magic MacGuffin and managed to teleport out as all hell broke loose when the Sargon ritual went awry. A giant 2-headed shark appeared and started devouring its worshippers. The original party had been hired to scout the fortress, so we sneaked on by. We got ambushed by a Sargon Blade Master and his honor guard, and that was rough. Our sorcerer almost died, 5 HP and a dream, but I kept the casters alive by chucking bloodied enemies at the ones fighting the casters and then jumping on them. After grabbing a quick short rest, we moved forwards and walked into the bulk of the Sargon tribe. About 60 of those mofos. We noped out like a bat out of hell, but those suckers gave chase. Our bards slowed them down with a well-placed hypnotic pattern, but that didn't stop them. I was carrying the 2 casters on my shoulders while running, So when we got back to where the giant shark was feasting on Sahuagin acolytes, I just yeeted them across the room and approached the shark. He wasn't certain what to do with me, so he kinda just glared. One successful handle animal check later, I was vibing on his back. I knew it had to be done, so the party buffed the hell out of me, and I made one more check to control the avatar of the Sahuagin's god, and I rolled a freaking 29. Our DM was so amused by the goings-on that I became best buds with the shark and gave the party a ride out of the fortress. In the epilogue, I learned Sahuagin and went back on my shark friend to convince them to give up piracy. They proclaimed me their chosen one and ruler, and that's the end of the tale of Borrak the Blunder, Goliath Smackomancer. So, what was your favorite story? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Do you have a story that you would like read? Be sure to post a link in the comments, or you can always go over to the subreddit r/DnD Doge and post it there. You can even @ me on Twitter @DnD Doge. Anyway, I appreciate all of you that enjoy my videos, and hope all of your rolls are natural 20s. Until next time.